Welcome back. Today's case involves a Metropolitan Police Constable, known only as PCA. The allegation? Inappropriate sexual messages sent from his work phone, including 8 pictures of his genitals. Yeah, you heard that right. He sent at least 5D pics while on duty. So we're calling this one a case of being caught with your pants down, with full frontal evidence.
Okay, right out the gate. That's bold. Sending D pics is one thing, but from your Met-issued work phone, while on shift, you're practically writing your own misconduct report at that point. How did this even get defended?
Well, interestingly, PCA admitted everything. He didn't deny the messages, the images, nothing. He accepted that it was gross misconduct. The panel didn't have to do much digging. It was more about deciding what to do with him now that everything was out in the open. Pun intended.
So we're not debating guilt, we're debating consequences. I get that, but 5 of those images were sent while on duty. You're literally being paid by the taxpayer while you're, well, not doing your job. I'd imagine that doesn't go over well with the panel.
You'd think, but while the panel did agree the conduct was serious, they labeled it high culpability. But the harm? They called it medium. Because the messages were sent to consenting adults, and the behavior, while clearly inappropriate, wasn't criminal. They did note it undermines public confidence, of course, but there was no suggestion of coercion or abuse of power.
I mean, I get it's not criminal, but it is stupid. And for me, the question is, should we allow someone this stupid to have a uniform? Because yes, it's laughable, but bigger picture, if he doesn't have enough sense to realize this was a bad idea, how the hell are we supposed to trust him to investigate crimes competently?
Fair point. But the panel said there were no aggravating factors. No abusive position, no predatory behavior, no breach of internal systems beyond the phone use. And they listed a long list of mitigating factors. He admitted guilt early, showed real remorse, sought counseling, took responsibility, and by all accounts, had a solid prior record. They even mentioned he was no longer in the high-stress unit he'd been working in.
Come on, they made him see a counselor over a D-pic. That's going a little overboard. But if you're in uniform and your next tap on the screen is your camera, it better be for evidence, or you've already lost.
Well, despite labeling it gross misconduct, the panel gave him a final written warning. It lasts 2 years, and they were crystal clear. This behavior was entirely unacceptable, but the steps he took since were enough to justify not ending his career.
Wow. Honestly, I thought we were heading for a dismissal here. And I know he's remorseful. No one was harmed, and he didn't try and lie. I still just assumed he would have been out on his ear for this.
It's one of those outcomes that might split opinion. Some will say it was fair, that we shouldn't throw people away for one serious lapse in judgment. Others will say the bar for acceptable behavior in policing needs to be way higher, especially when public trust is already hanging by a thread already.
Not sure why they kept his name out of the public view, though. That one's got me scratching my head.
So, final outcome. No dismissal, but a final written warning that will sit on his record for 2 years. But what do you think? Was this fair accountability, or a case of leniency gone too far? Let us know in the comments. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.
You know what I'm taking from this? A reminder that misconduct doesn't always look like corruption or violence. Sometimes it's just someone being careless, entitled, or flat out stupid. Anyway, thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more updates. Stay informed, stay aware, and remember, accountability matters. And stay off your work phone.